test on the layup. Somebody came over, and just altered his shot. So and then we were able to tip it out and run some more time off the clock. So we were just disciplined. We were in 55, which is a switch everything defensive set. So we were prepared for it, whether they want to take a timeout or whether they want to come on the push. Either way, we were ready for it.
So what did you see defensively that made it tough for them?
Yeah, well, the thing that happened, which was a great play, was the ball didn't end up in Lender's hand or Scott's hand off the rebound. So it kind of put Boykins in a tough spot where he had to speed dribble up the floor, which took about 5 seconds. And I love his heart, but Anthony actually left Lender to go try to reach from behind to gamble and get it. But it made him pick the dribble up, and then we got back in front. But I thought Malachi made a great play for being a freshman because he actually had his back turned, and then when he saw Lender come to the lane, he drove. He just, we call it, walled up. And we didn't want to put it in the hands of him trying to get to the free throw line, so we just told him don't try to fall down, take any charge, just stay big and make him score over top of you. And so that strategy for us paid off. We just say if he makes the shot, you go home with a loss, but you at least make him make it instead of going to the free throw line. Yeah.
What has worked with this lineup the last 3 games?
Yeah.
More off guard.
Yeah, well, I think the thing that we've talked to Justin and Anthony about it, we're not necessarily moving Justin to the 2. We're playing 2 point guards. So I think you can see that in some of the places where you can see it is in our turnovers. We're not getting into the 12, 15, 18 range. So it helps when we have 2 point guards on the floor. And Justin can score the basketball, so we know we don't lose that much. And what it also does, it gives us some speed and quickness goes up a little bit because if they don't want to have their point guard bring it up, we're still going to have somebody to be able to pressure the ball. And so it's helped us out not only from his standpoint, but it's also made Malcolm comfortable because now they have to deal with him at the 4. And he's just athletic enough and long enough that he can play the guys in our league. Most of our league looks like that, where it's usually a guy who probably should be a 3 who's playing the 4, so it just helps us match up.
So talk a little bit, you struggled again in the half court, but then you hit a bunch of threes early in the second half, took them out of the zone. They went back to man, you struggled again.
Yeah, well, the thing that happened was in the zone, we just had to get shot ready. In the first half, we took too many threes. We believe in the shots that we take from 3-point range, but we shouldn't have taken 12 in the first half. So usually for us, 8 is probably the number. If we can take 8.5, we're comfortable with that. And so the guys, we just told them to be aggressive. We get a lot of shots up, and they work on the game a lot. So Justin was able to help us with the big threes, and Cullen was able to knock down a couple of big shots. And then Malcolm made a big 3. And then in the main, I think what happened to us a little bit was they actually had the game the way they were. So we were caught in the pace. The pace was, we're going to drag this out, and it's going to be a kind of a choppy game, which really and truly is unlike any team we played at Lafayette, to tell you the truth, because usually they're let's get 70 to 80 points, and you can't keep up with us. And I think them playing the zone probably took a little bit of our pop away from us offensively. But still, in the second half, the guys were aggressive, and that's why we shot 45% from the floor and 55 from 3, so that was huge.
The denial and overplay on defense seemed to bother them.
Yeah, they handle the ball well. It's hard to make these guys turn the ball over. They do such a good job of their scheme. So some of the times, if you can pressure them, it's not a matter of making them turn over. We count deflections, and sometimes if we can make the timing just off a half a click, that's not just for this game. That's for any game. It helps us on the defensive end. So we were proud of the effort. Anytime you can get a row in, you definitely will take it. And they've been struggling, and it happens all the time. If you lose a guy like Heinrich, it's tough because he's such a good player. And I told him before the game, we hope just from a league standpoint, hopefully he gets healthy soon. It's not good when one of our top 3 or 4 players is hurt. We need him back in the fold, and it's just unfortunate. You hate to see anybody hurt because you want to play everybody when they're full tilt. But we definitely understand the injury bug. That's been a 4-year process for us.
Going back to the defensive effort, and especially down the stretch, just talk about. That's not really the way you've been winning. You've been offense a little more. And
Yeah.
they took you out of your game,
Right.
and you still were able to, like I said, it wasn't pretty, but
Right, we're able to hold on, and when we do some things in practice, a couple games where we try to play, where we try to get a stop in the bucket, and you can't score points. So I think we were prepared for that situation. The great thing about it is you have to find different ways to win. We're a young basketball team. We're just hopefully hitting our stride, but we have to. It's good to tell you the truth, even though you love to win by 30 every night, but it's good to be in games like this. And it may sound crazy, but even if you get clipped a couple of times, you need to know what it's like to go through the game and have to make a play at the end and get a stop, or have to depend on your defense, have to depend on just scoring from the free throw line. So this game was something that we had to do on the defensive end for about a 4-minute stretch, and we were definitely proud of the effort.
For 1 5'9" guy to another, it seems like your length and athleticism hurt them rebounding at times. Has that been something that's ongoing, or has that been the strength of the team?
Yeah, it's the strength of the team. We're an athletic group. We're not scared to go in there and mix it up. So, we take pride in things that we can do. And rebounding basketball is one of them. They were trying to be a little physical, but I think we responded well by staying composed and playing our game.
Justin, talk a little bit about you're looking for the threes there in the second half and the difference now that playing a little bit more. I know Coach has 2 point guards, playing a little more on the wing and off the ball a little more.
Playing off guard doesn't really bother me at all. Like Coach said, we're playing 2 point guards, but when I am playing on the wing a little bit more, I have to be able to look for the shot. And if the defense is giving it to me, I have to take it to make them play honest. I wasn't able to knock them down early, but we have an encouraging coaching staff and teammates, and then at halftime they told me to keep shooting. And when I came on the second half, I was able to knock a couple down, which brought them out of the zone. We work hard in the gym when we're in practice and in our spare time. So they told us to trust our work, and that's what we did. We came out, we stayed with it, and responded well.